But first, with that bungee jumper's near-death experience, we've got NBC's Stephanie Gosk, and she's got details now.
Just before the ill-fated jump, Rishi Bavija looked nervous, scratching his head and smiling half-heartedly as the bungee jumping platform climbed higher and higher. Moments earlier, this young woman stood on the same platform, 165 feet in the air, for more than 3 minutes. The instructor gently coaxed her, but overcome with fear, she couldn't do it. 21-year-old Bavija, an Oxford grad on vacation in Thailand, was scared too.
Just jump. You in, get more scared. Just jump.
Leaping with a prayer, he plummeted towards the lagoon, and the ankle harness failed. Bavija slammed into the water at 80 miles an hour. At that speed, the impact is like a car crash. The young Briton spent a month recuperating in a Bangkok hospital with collapsed lungs, a ruptured spleen, and a torn liver. But doctors actually say he was lucky. Bavija landed on his chest, head first, and he may not have survived at all. With strict regulations, accidents are rare, but bungee jumping is a so-called extreme sport. Clips on YouTube make it clear danger is part of the thrill. Even after the accident, Bavija says he still craves the adrenaline rush. Up next, skydiving. For today, Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, London.
Rishi Bavija is now joining us exclusively. Rishi, good morning.
Good morning, Anne.
So take us back to that moment when you were standing off the edge. It was 160 feet up. What was going through your mind? How nervous were you at that moment?
It is an insane rush of nerves, excitement, and fear. My body was trembling, but I was so excited as well. I mean, I've never been so scared, but again, it's just a huge rush. It's amazing.
Did you hear from the instructors about how you were supposed to fall, that you were supposed to go chest first and not feet first?
No, he basically said, put your arms out and just jump. And so I was like, okay.
So you took the leap, and we just saw this. It's stunning to look at this footage. I mean, really, but by going feet first, according to the people who are running the company, it caused the ankle harness to snap, and that's what caused it to snap, they say. And that's why you, and we just heard all of these injuries that you had. I mean, it must have been a terrible recovery.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. You know, I mean, I've got friends that bungee jump all the time, and they say you should be able to go off that platform any way you want, and the thing shouldn't come off you. But yeah, the recovery was crazy, but again, so happy and so lucky to have just kind of got through it.
Mm-hmm. So you're not looking for your money back then from the company? You're saying you're just feeling grateful?
I've got a brand new appreciation for life, and you know, I think when these things kind of happen, you just appreciate the little things a lot more.
I hear your mother was not too happy that you decided to leap off of this bridge, and yet you want to do it all over again. And so one way or another, you apparently want to bounce back.
Well, exactly. I mean, yeah, Mum, I had to spend a long time convincing my mum to let me go do this. But the reason, you know, for doing it again is because I had a list of like 15 things I wanted to do over this next year, and I haven't exactly bungee jumped yet. I've just jumped, right? So I still got to do it. I've still got to tick it off the list.
Okay, well, I'm not an expert, but I've done this before. Make sure when you jump, you go chest first. It's not, I mean, don't jump feet first. And listen to, make sure they explain exactly how you're supposed to do it. But yet now, what is this about skydiving in addition to this, Rishi? I mean, people might wonder whether or not you've got a, well, I'm not going to say death wish, but that you, I think I just did, but that you may be kind of risking too much here.
Well, I mean, the plan was to, after bungee jumping, go and get the skydiving license. And, you know, I think that to, you know, change the way you live your life too much, I mean, obviously you should take precautions, but to kind of just rule everything out, because, you know, everything you do in life has risks. You know, every time you get in the car in the morning, you're taking a risk, right? And you don't think about the car crash, so you don't think about the accident. So I wouldn't want to rule these things out completely, because I mean, I still think they're pretty cool things that I'd love to do one day.
Well,
But,
Rishi,
you know,
Babisha,
maybe not for a little while. Mum's taking a bit care of me.
that would be right. Make sure you ask your mom. All right, Rishi, Babisha, thank you so much this morning, and stay safe.
No problem. Bye.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, his mom's going to tell him, no, you're not doing that.
I can just hear that conversation.
Now, having interviewed him and remembering back to when you did this, does it ever cross your mind now, in retrospect, why did I do that?
Yes, it certainly does. I mean, that fear when you're on top of that bridge is overwhelming, and you really have to settle your head, settle your thinking, and focus on what you're going to do to stay safe. But you know, we were doing that for charity, so there was, you know, that always pushes me over the edge.
But literally and figuratively, did they say anything to you, the people that did this jump with you, that organized it, about the way you jumped? Did they say
absolutely.
If you jump feet first, you run the risk of coming out of a harness?
They actually didn't say why I shouldn't jump feet first. What they emphasized over and over is that you must throw your chest forward and your arms back as if you're doing a swan dive, and that is the only way to have the weight go down the right way so that you don't hurt yourself. So they made it very clear that if I did it any other way, it was going to hurt.
Yeah, well, thank goodness you did it the right way.
Okay.
Oi.
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 Okay, that's enough of that.